Thank you, Lila, and thank you to Live Action for hosting this all-important celebration of this momentous occasion as we celebrate together the one-year anniversary of the monumental, to say the least, Dobbs decision. You know, no Supreme Court decision in the history of the country cost 63 million lives like the Roe v. Wade decision. That unconstitutional, egregious, frankly violent decision that we fought for 49 years to overturn. Many wondering, of course, undoubtedly during that time period as they worked and they prayed, would we ever achieve victory? Would we ever see the Supreme Court rise to the occasion and overturn that horrendous decision? We need to give credit where it's due. There are many fighters and warriors in the pro-life movement who were part of making this happen, of course. All the prayers, all the work, all the protests, all the lobbying of legislators on the state and the federal level. But credit also needs to be given to President Donald Trump for appointing 3 conservative Supreme Court justices, Gorsuch, Barrett, and of course Mr. Kavanaugh as well, Justice Kavanaugh as well. But credit needs to be given also to Mitch McConnell, Senate Majority Leader, who held up what we know now has been demonstrated would have been the disastrous appointment or confirmation of Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court. He held that up courageously for a year. And then he rammed through at warp speed the nomination, the confirmation, I should say, of Amy Coney Barrett, to solidify a conservative constitutionalist Supreme Court justice. Supreme Court, I should say. Now we have a Supreme Court that has matched the science that we know, that life begins at conception and all life deserves to be protected. You know, in just the last year, hundreds of thousands of lives have been saved. This very year, hundreds of thousands of birthdays will be celebrated of new young lives whose families and friends will come around and celebrate that their mother chose life in support because of this decision, the Dobbs decision. May we in the pro-life movement, may we in the legislative bodies across the country match the courage of the Supreme Court, who in the face of unprecedented harassment, threats, and intimidation made the right decision after that terrible leaking of the decision. They held strong. They showed courage. May we match that in the legislative bodies. You know, some have mischaracterized the Dobbs decision. And they've said, oh, this turned it back to the states, trying to absolve Congress of our responsibility. No, the Dobbs decision turned it back to the people and to the people's representatives. And what that meant is we are free as legislators to restrict abortion, to pass laws representing our people to restrict abortion, whether it's in the state houses or whether it's here in this very Congress. I was proud last year to drive the discharge petition for the Life at Conception Act on the House floor after the Dobbs decision was overturned. And my staff and my team, they're working with me to craft new Life at Conception Act to introduce in this Congress. We should not be in the business of negotiating the timeline of life or decide when is it okay to have an abortion. We should unashamedly, unapologetically stand up for all precious life in the womb and protect all of it. You know, the Democrat Party, the left, has become the party of death, celebrating abortion up until the moment of birth, maybe even beyond. No restrictions whatsoever, anytime for any reason, and you get to pay for it with your tax dollars. They've surrendered all so-called center or middle ground. They're no longer the party of safe, legal, and rare. And so some causes are just, and they're right, and they're moral, just because they are, irrespective of the politics. So we should be working legislatively as we also continue to work to change hearts and minds, to show compassion to mothers who find themselves in difficult situations, support them during and after that pregnancy, irrespective of the decision, quite frankly, which is what crisis pregnancy centers that we support all over the country do. But thank you for being part of this wonderful movement. Thank you for standing up for life. There's no greater cause. I'm privileged to be here and celebrate with you today. God bless you all.